Hello and welcome everyone to Jak Daxter, the Precursor Legacy. So, this is childhood. You might hear me say that a lot about a lot of games, but this really is childhood. Hey Nero. How you doing, Nero?
I have spent
We're gonna
my
get some
life searching
cutscene.
for the answers that my father and my father's fathers failed to find. Who were the precursors? Why did they create the vast monoliths that litter our planet? How did they harness eco, the life energy of the world? What was their purpose? And why did they vanish? I have asked the plants, but they do not remember. The plants have asked the rocks, but the rocks do not recall. Even the rocks do not recall. Every bone in my body tells me that the answers rest on the shoulders of a young boy. Oblivious to his destiny, uninterested in the search for truth, and rejecting of my guidance. And why would he want to listen to old Samus the Sage anyway? I'm only the master of green eco, one of the wisest men on the planet. So it seems the answer begins not with careful research or sensible thinking. Nay, as with many of fate's mysteries, it begins with but a small act of disobedience.
Hey! Jak, old green stuff told us not to come here.
Gonna be plenty of time for talking in a minute. The cutscenes are few and far between in memory.
Continue your search for artifacts and eco. If the local
Oh, he's having a heart attack.
precursor items, you know what to do.
Deal harshly with anybody who strays from the village. We will attack it in due time.
What are we doing here anyway, Jak? This place gives me the creeps. Huh? Oh, stupid precursor junk. Eek! What is that dark ooze? It sure don't look friendly. The sage yaps on about the precursors that built this place all the time. Where did they go? Why did they build this crud? Now, I like precursor orbs and power cells as much as the next guy. But if you ask me, they must have been real losers. Wow! How did you do that? Jak, I think we're in trouble! Ow!
Best boy.
Man, that stung! I told you we shouldn't have come here, and you listened! What?
He's so fluffy.
Okay, okay. I'm fine. I'm fine.
What in green tarnation do you two want?
They was, I was...
Don't tell me! Instead of heeding my wisdom, the two of you went mucking around in the only place that I told you not to go! Misty Island!
That's right, and then...
And, Daxter, you finally took a much-needed bath, but in a bathtub filled with dark eco.
Look, old man! Are you gonna keep yapping, or are you gonna help me out of this mess?
I'm gonna keep yapping, because in my professional opinion, the change is an improvement. And besides, I couldn't help you if I wanted to.
What?
There's only one person who has studied Dark Eco long enough to have a chance at returning you to your previous form.
And he just had a heart
the
attack.
Sage. But he lives far to the north. Far, far to the north. Nobody has spoken to him in ages. I would teleport you there, but I can't do that either. None of the 3 sages that maintain the other teleporter gates have seen fit to turn their ends on for quite a while. The only other way north is by foot through the Fire Canyon, but its volcanic soil is hot enough to melt precursor metal. You can't just walk through it.
But you could fly over it if you had a zoomer equipped with a heat shield. I just happen to be working on such a thing at this very moment. All I would need is 20 power cells to give it enough energy to withstand the canyon's heat. Isn't that right, Daddy?
Yes, Kira, that might work. But where are a boy and a half going to get 20 power cells?
From the villagers. Most of them have a power cell or 2 stashed away somewhere. And even if they aren't willing to just give them away, greasing their palms with a few precursor orbs should do the trick. And I bet there are even more of them out in the wilds just waiting for some brave adventurer to find.
Well, we've got the brave adventurer at least.
Brave adventurer? You two couldn't find your way out of the village without training. Before you do anything else, you better go through the warp gate and get some practice on Geyser Rock.
We won't find any more of that dog gooey eco stuff, will we? Cause I'd hate to fall in again and turn into you.
Get in there before I turn you both into ferns.
Okay, so hey everyone. Yeah, so to answer your question, Nero, this is Jak Daxter. So, back on the PlayStation, everyone knows Spyro and everyone knows the Crash Bandicoot series, right? The PlayStation 1's mascot platformers.
With it, my father and I can give you advice at any time during your quest.
But, but as the PlayStation 2 came out, those games got sold off to other companies. And new games were created in their place. In place of Crash Bandicoot, Naughty Dog created Jak Daxter. And that's what we've got here. We've got a collectathon platformer from the people who bought you Crash Bandicoot. Does that answer your question, or do you need any more exposition on this? Basically, you run, you jump, you collect things.
These floating egg-shaped things are precursor orbs. Collect enough of them, and some of the villagers will give you a power cell in exchange.
I forgot trivia time. Punch the guys.
This is
But
a
yeah.
power cell, the most important precursor artifact you can find. You need to collect 20 of these so I can power the heat shield for your A-Grab zoomer.
Nut's not a command. I'm not sure what nut would even be as a command, but yeah. So, the PlayStation 2 had like, Newt, Newt, the battle cry. Oh, there we go, it's a different button. So, the PlayStation 2 had like 3 trilogies. They had Sly Cooper, platformer from Sucker Punch. They had Jak Daxter from Naughty Dog. And they had Ratchet & Clank from Insomnia.
Things with a greater force. To break one of these boxes, you should jump in the air and then dive down onto it, hands first.
So this is like one of the great platformers
You found one of
from
my
my
scouts.
childhood.
I sent 7 of them to each area to look for power cells, but the lurkers must have captured them all.
Yes. These inanimate scarecrow-looking fellas captured all of your flies and put them in these red boxes.
Wow! That last scout fly had a power cell. I'll bet if you
Wow.
collect all 7 in each area, you can find even more power cells.
I came from that way, right? Yeah.
That's Blue Eco, which contains the energy of motion. Blue Eco allows you to run fast, break boxes, and even activate some precursor artifacts when you get near them.
It also acts as magnetism for the ladies.
up. Increases the time you can use its power.
Don't want to go that way yet. So how's everyone doing today? Is it a good idea? Yeah, we're electrifying. Let's do the time warp again. And all of that.
This is a precursor door. It can only be opened by approaching the door while channeling blue eco through your body.
Channel the blue stuff, right? Black stuff turns you into the cutest little critter ever. Blue stuff is steroids. The blue is steroids. The black turns you into an animal.
This vent will give you a full charge of blue eco, letting you use it for the maximum time.
See, just look at my boy. Look at my furry little accomplice. I'm gonna be honest, he's a sarky asshole, but I love him as an adult.
With blue eco, you can breathe energy into all kinds of precursor artifacts that have lain dormant for years.
Basically, get the blue stuff, turn on other
Little
junk.
green balls of energy on the ground are a type of eco. Pick up 50 small green ecos or one big green one to increase your health.
Go.
You can jump once, then jump again in the air to reach even higher ledges.
No, double jumps don't exist. They're not real. I've seen documentaries on double jumps. Oh, do it. You should collect things. Well, yeah, you always collect things you find on the ground. Old condom, pick it up. Penny, pick it up. That half-empty can of Coke. In fact, that kind of reminds me of... It's not a... you know, double jump. Look, I can't do it alright. I can't double jump and I'm ashamed. That's all there is to it. I'm ashamed I can't double jump in real life like everyone else can. That's why I'll never be a pro basketball player.
Good training, boys.
So I'm just going to deny its existence.
The challenges that lie ahead.
And no problem. We got the moves, eh, Jack? We'd love to stay and chat, Big Green, but we're itching to get on with our adventures.
Fine,
That's just
fine.
fleas, that stuff.
Adventure away, then.
You're furry and you're now covered in fleas.
Adventuring? Why don't you make yourself useful? My darn green eco collectors are clogged up again. Head out to the far side of the beach and clear them out, why don't you? Follow the lamps. They'll take you right there. Now, all of you, get
Out.
out of here!
I need to have a wank. But seriously, do you guys recognise this? Who recognises this? It's Zelda. What? Oh god, you're right, but no, it's actually from Crash Bandicoot. It's a Crash Bandicoot one. That's a Crash Bandicoot flower. God, it did that. It just feeds you in. Wow, Zelda stole it from Crash.
They're always in red boxes.
Hello.
No.
Willy Wonka.
Don't tell me that you two have problems as well.
First I hear of monster sightings near the village, and now this. See those gears up there, boy? See them? See how they're not moving? That means our village has no power. The eco beam coming.
You need
from
some
the
of that
jungle
blue
temple
eco
has been
stuff everyone's
interrupted.
talking about.
And boys, everyone's too frightened to go out and find out what's happened.
Did you pay the bill?
Yeah.
Oh, I love
funny.
my boy.
Now look, if you two fix the eco beam, I'll give you a power cell. Oh, and another thing, if by any chance you're interested in making a contribution to my re-election campaign, I might be willing to part with yet another power cell. The minimum contribution is a very modest 90 precursor orbs.
90 precursor orbs, that could buy me a brand new car. Corrupt politicians are everywhere. Oh, speaking of corrupt politicians, you guys aren't from around here, but have you by chance heard the news from the UK regarding politics? Have you guys heard what's going on over here now?
Well, hello there, my dear boy. You've caught me at a most inopportune moment. I was to set off on my journeys yesterday, but I seem to be
In my wondrous flying machine.
Orbs. I would have pledged my word that I had 90 of them, but I gather that your young friend, you know, the little annoying, miserably ugly one, might have just pilfered them as a sort of a spot of fun. Anyway, would you be kind enough to loan your dear old uncle 90 precursor orbs so he can get underway?
You aren't my uncle.
I would offer you a power cell in return.
What? Because we got a new Prime Minister today. We got Boris Johnson as a Prime Minister. Right? And it's fantastic, isn't it? More Brexit. It's Boris Johnson. And there's a reason I bring up Boris Johnson, is because of this. Let me bring some stuff up. Hang on, I'm bringing up an image. There we go. Here we go. That's my new Prime Minister. Oh. That one. This one on the left. The one on the left is my new Prime Minister. The little one. Oh.
Hey! Little furry dude! Oh, I thought for a moment you were my muse.
Your what?
Haven't you ever seen a muse before? It's a little glowing squirrel about your size, full of spunk, and crazy as a lark.
Ooh, full of spunk.
Oh, I get it. Like a sidekick.
As a matter of fact, without my muse, I just can't sculpt. But with her around, I see beauty in everything.
You've got to touch the marble. You've got to sniff the marble. You've got to lick the marble. You've got to date the marble. You've got to be the marble.
It's worth a power cell if you bring her back to me.
Wait a minute. We are not going back to Misty Island. Are we?
We could just show the guy some SpongeBob.
Can't do it anymore.
Do you know how SpongeBob would do it? Sonic, a talk about what? What are we talking about? What are we talking about, Sonic? Which talk? We do not snuff the marble. What? Oh, we do not sniff the marble. We do not sniff the marble anymore. Look, what I do in my own time, in the privacy of my own house, is my business. If I want to sniff the marble from behind, I can sniff marble from behind. I can sniff all parts of the marble. I can get intimate with the marble.
But there must be something that can bust them open.
Oh.
Hey, that pelican just snagged
See
the
through
power
my
cell.
disguise.
Let's
My
go
terribly
get something
fake
for
British accent. Is that what it is? You're doubting my terribly, really, really real, authentic British accent because I'm not going, hello, hello, governor, apples and pears, apples and pears. That kind of thing. Oh, oh, Sonic. I just blew myself up. How you doing today, Sonic?
Yuck. Revenant.
But thank God my cover hasn't been blown. I don't have to take the cyanide capsule anymore. There's no more cyanide capsule. I can go back to being a secret government agent. I mean, a normal British person. And do what normal British people do, which is drink tea. Which one? Which post in Rabbit's Discord? Are you talking about the Sour Patch Kids one? 'Cause if it's the Sour Patch Kids one, was yours, I'm very excited for the Sour Patch Kids if they're a real thing. You can't keep me away from CTR sweets. I don't know if I got the one in media. If it's the one about the candy, then I'm all for candy. All for anything watermelon flavoured. I mean, it's hot over here, so a watermelon flavoured stuff is the shit right now. I don't think I saw anything else. There's more to it. Like I've been drinking watermelon alcohol today. I have absolutely no idea what the other land series is. You'll have to enlighten us, Sonic. Tell us all about the other lands. The other lands, that is.
We scrounged enough orbs to trade for a power cell. Let's get back and make the switch already.
Prototype Dazzler, welcome. I hope that worked. That does not work. Why is that broke? Oh, that is deeply disappointing. That broke somewhere in there. Let me double check where that broke. Hang on. But welcome, you have paid a steep price, but gained immeasurable strength by pacting with whatever Daxter is. Hang on. Okay, Streamlabs has just decided I've never used Streamlabs before. It should be doing this. A pact. So that's what you should have seen. He's not technically anything. Technically, Daxter here is like a unique thing. Well, prototype, Dazza. Or prototype. What would you prefer to be called, honestly? What is your preferred shorthand? Or do you just want the whole thing?
Well, I see that you two have finally decided to unblock my collectors. I would offer my congratulations, but you have so much to do, I won't waste your time. By the way, if things don't work out, Daxter could always get a job controlling the village rat problem.
Love how sarcastic everyone is today. You prefer Proto? Fine, Proto it is. Proto. But yeah, I asked Zonic to tell us all about Otherlands. Tell us what Otherlands is, because I don't know what Otherlands is. I'm an uncultured swine of a man. And tell me, Proto, do you know Jak and Daxter? I know you're in this for the whole... I know you know the whole Crash thing. Yeah, Zonic was telling us he now owns first print of the Otherlands series, and I don't know what Otherlands is. Bloody pigeons! Get out of the way, you bloody pigeons! You're all 22 years old, and you're gonna try and murder me. It's not good. Hey, 3 ancient relics.
Wow! They caused an avalanche! Let's check it out!
Oh, that was the pigeons. The pigeons caused an avalanche, yeah. All about Jak and Daxter, that's great. Because I've got the trilogy here. I've got the trilogy, but I only know Jak and Daxter. I've played Jak 2 and Jak 3, but they don't rub me the same way that Jak and Daxter do. Jak and Daxter is the game. Jak and Daxter is the platforming collectathon. No guns, no stealth missions or anything, particularly no guns. We're just going to run around and jump on things, and that's what I want. Jump, 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 jump. See, because I already did Sly. I did Sly. And now we're on to Jak, and next is Ratchet and Clank. And then that basically sums up a large portion of my childhood, my pre-teens. Yeah, precisely, Jak 2 and 3 is basically elements of kiddie GTA. And not good kiddie GTA, like, what was the good kiddie GTA? Simpsons Hit and Run. Simpsons Hit and Run is the quintessential kiddie GTA. Jak and Daxter was sort of... I'd say it's more teen, pre-teen GTA than kiddie GTA.
What a weird-looking thing! I'll bet we can get this open if you power up with that zappy blue eco stuff.
And then they close the series off with a racing game. Asking for a racing. go. Now we kill the bird egg. What's that? Oh, KO the kangaroo. Oh, what? KO.
Now meet me down here by the egg.
KO the kangaroo that's on Steam now. You can buy KO2 on Steam.
We might want to talk
And
to the
Ty
and see if
we
we
can do.
scrambled that
Ty
fruit
was
egg.
one that was Ty is in the collection. We own Ty and we own Ty 2. Yeah, no, the original. It's all the originals. They're technically the PS3 trilogies I'm working on. So we've got the Jak trilogy here, and then it's the Ratchet trilogy, and then maybe we'll finish off the Sly trilogy.
No!
Look, isn't that cute?
It's got brain damage from the fall.
I'm not your mom. You see any feathers here?
Oh, love at first sight.
No.
Listen, boys. I'll take this little chick back to the village with me and work with the sage to take care of her.
Except we still want to know what other lands is, Zonic. We still want to know what other lands is. I know there are sharks in there. I know, I'm always missing part of my arm. That's not supposed to happen. Here we go. I need to get the lighting situation sorted out, but the lighting is not that important.
Precursor launcher here, but you aren't powered up with the blue stuff, so it ain't gonna help us.
Never gonna help us. Okay, there's the other box. They got little clippy bits on them. They've got little clippy bits on the crab shells. The crabs all have little clippy bits. I love them. I love my baby crabs. And hey, Kirst! We're a mother and father to a weird...
Those poles up from below.
I would love to, but I don't actually know what my up punch button is. Oh, there it is. Actually, I think... Ah, there we go. I'm doing. Look at me do the duck walk. I can do the duck walk. Stuff. Yeah, but you see... Falling back down. Back down. Or I can just push them up higher, okay. They say that, yeah, you see prototype. I'm like, what is it? I'm 27. So like the PS2 was like my preteens. So like ages 10 to like, technically I think it was 15. The PS2 was what I played. So a lot of nostalgia comes from like stuff that was released early 2000s. So Jak and Daxter, Ratchet and Clank. Yeah. What was it? Kingdom Hearts was another one. Final Fantasy X. Anything good or weird on the PS2 was my stuff. Time Splitters. I don't think Time Splitters gets enough love. Get the power cell from the Pelican. Sentinel Beach. Oh my god. Pressing circle. Overlands is a book series by Tad Williams that essentially... No. Punch the bird, Jak. Okay. Oh no, I'm gonna need to be able to run over there really fast, aren't I? Gem? Yeah, Gem. We can relax. We can all relax because Gem's here now. Gem's gonna fix everything. Gem's gonna make chat more entertaining. Gem's gonna make me a better player. Gem's gonna do everything for us. But hey, Gem, how's it going? Help me move my love life. See, Gem, you've already given me chocolate microscopes today. I've already been granted the existence of chocolate microscopes. Gem, thank you. That might just green screen me out, but there we go. But oh my god, Sonic, oh my god. I'm gonna need post Sonic, if you can post like something about Overlands in my Discord for me, please. If you can post Overlands in my Discord, because I want to know Discord, because I've been talking about PS2, and another big PS2 series that really did it for me was the .hack series. So I want to see .hack before .hack. Thanks, Cursed. There's a link to the Discord. With a generic, come join the Discord. .hack, me boy, me Bob. I've a very specific taste, Gem. Very specific taste. Do you like .hack, Gem? Do you like .hack?
A sizable one, I hope. Yeah. Oh, it is a sizable contribution.
Sizable?
I hope this power cell adequately represents my gratitude.
Very. Oh, Gem, you've only scratched the surface on my taste. I have a very, very, very guilty pleasure. I have a huge guilty pleasure, and that is the worst games ever. Like this. Okay, so there used to be a publisher called Phoenix Games, right? They were a European publisher, and they focused on discount games. Yes, so they would publish some of the worst stuff imaginable. And so if you've ever heard of games like Snow White and the Seven Clever Boys, or what else have we got? What were the other ones? Animal World Soccer or Dalmatians 3. If you've heard of games like that, Phoenix Games publish these, and it's one of my hobbies and my guilty pleasure to own as many Phoenix games as possible, and I own more Phoenix games than any one man should have the misfortune to own. Like, I've got games like Toy Room, which is supposed to be a rip-off of Toy Story, and what else is there? I don't even know what else exists at this point. See, they're all just up there and I can't see them. It's legal to do a lot of things, Gem. Gem, a lot of things are legal on the internet. Just something about Otherworlds, if you can. If you can just post something about Otherworlds, just so I can remember to go and look it up. Wait. So, Gem, do you know the Phoenix games? Otherlands, sorry, yeah. Do you know the Phoenix stuff? You love Phoenix? Oh, sorry, you know the Phoenix games, yes. Oh my god. I thought I'd have you on that one. I thought for certain if I bought up Phoenix games, I would have them. But I guess some of them. You've never had the See, I don't think there are any good Phoenix games. I wouldn't say there are any good Phoenix games, but there's a mixed bag of Phoenix games. So you've got the well-known. Thank you. But there's there's the well-known ones, so like Snow White and the Seven Clever Boys and all the movie rip-offs. There's the movie rip-offs with the jigsaws and the colouring books. But then there's actual games. There's a racing game. They published a racing game developed by Atlas, of all people. Phoenix published an Atlas game on the PS2, and I think that's like the most mind-blowing thing ever, in my opinion. Phoenix has actual games, yes. Phoenix has actual games. So they've got at least 2 Monkey Ball rip-offs. One's called Happy Trail Hamster Balls, and it's about a hamster rolling around in balls instead of monkeys. Because that makes more sense. And that's not being sarcastic.
Let's go talk to him.
And then there's... We don't know that, we never spoke to him. And then there's one where they used their own characters. Or not their own characters, but a series of characters that were like holiday themed. So there's Trixie the Easter Bunny, and there's like Pumpkinhead Jack, the Halloween mascot, and they've got like a Monkey Ball rip-off, and they've got a Mario Kart rip-off, and all sorts that were published by Phoenix. Or my personal favourite is there's like a Wild West shooting sort of gallery where it's sort of like a third-person shooter where you only move left and right.
Wow! Check out that funky sculpture sitting on the rocks over there.
I think it's called Deadeye Jim or something, and that one's not actually too bad. You can actually play that for about 10-20 minutes and not turn around and go, this is complete shite like the rest of them. The rocks. No, I definitely said shitting on them, but I don't think I said the rocks. But if you want me to, okay, if you want me to one-up, I can potentially one-up Phoenix games a little bit. I can talk about a publisher on par with Phoenix if you want.
Who awakens the oracle? Wait, one of you has the light within. From before time, I have watched and waited for the true hero to return.
Okay.
Present to me
Blast.
120 precursor
Blast games.
Power cell I contain.
Yep, pay him. Pay him exorbitant amounts of money. Blast. So Blast make games or publish games based exclusively. Yes, Blast games. And they do all licensing. All their stuff is based on movies and TV shows. And I'd say they're on par with Phoenix, but for different reasons. And they brought us such masterpieces as Casper the Friendly Ghost, Captain Scarlet and the Mysterons, Thunderbirds, Paddington Bear, that god-awful Mr. Bean game. And all the ones I mentioned there I own, apart from, I think, Thunderbirds. I don't own the Thunderbirds. Yeah, the cartoon series, Mr. Bean. Are they Blast Entertainment? I just know them as Blast. It just says on the cover of their games Blast with a little cartoon bomb. And oh my god. Yeah, there's Lassie. There's Dr. Dolittle, actually. I know there's Dr. Dolittle. I own the Dr. Dolittle. Oh my god. There's also Babe. Babe the sheep herding pig. And Babe the sheep herding pig may be the worst Blast game ever. And I think that's just personal opinion. But Babe is so bad it made me quit. You had Babe. No, Babe is like the worst. Babe made me quit. 10 minutes into Babe, and I just quit everything I was doing and just said nothing is worth any of this and moved on. And Sonic, I think everyone's getting a little bit tired of the Grand Prix. I think everyone's taking a break maybe from the Grand Prix. They're like, we've all got Motorsport Tana now, and we're all done. Or at least that's how I reckon anyway. I don't think there was Inspector Gadget the movie, the game. And thanks, Gem. You have a good night, Gem. Because it's late over there now, or super early over there now, isn't it? So you have a good night, Gem. And I'll see you some other time. And we'll pick up a conversation about Blast and other terrible games. Yeah, 5 AM. You go get that much needed sleep. Oh. But yeah, there was no Inspector Gadget movie game. If there is an Inspector Gadget movie game, tell me about it, because I need to know about Inspector Gadget, the movie, the game.
And there's lightning coming out of that vent over
But
there.
there was Mr. Gadget. There was Mr. Gadget. He's not an inspector anymore. He's just a mister. He's been fired. But no, there's Inspector Gadget PS2 games based on the cartoon though. There's Inspector Gadget and the Gadgetinas based on the cartoon of the same name. And then there's Inspector Gadget something on the PS2, which I own. And then there was also like a Mega Drive one or a Genesis one if you're American, Inspector Gadget. See, I know all about Inspector Gadget because there was this inside joke between me and my brother about Inspector Gadget for years, where I was joking. What was it? I made a joke for him once. I was going to get him an Inspector Gadget DVD as a present, and he didn't believe me. So I went out the next day and found an Inspector Gadget DVD in the shop, and then every year I'd buy him an Inspector Gadget DVD as a gift. And then I ran out of Inspector Gadget DVDs to buy him, and had to start buying him finding other Inspector Gadget stuff, which ultimately led to the games and the discovery of Inspector Gadget Burger King toys. So there were Inspector Gadget Burger King toys. And the idea was they were all little gadgets, but you could put them together to build an Inspector Gadget Megazord that looked like Matthew Broderick. And I want all of these Burger King toys. Hyper Rocket, welcome. You had the complete Inspector Gadget Megazord. Yes, I want it. As a 20-odd-year-old man, I want an Inspector Gadget Megazord. And it'd go pride on place on a shelf right next to my live-action Mario toys. I'm going. How's it going, Hyper Rocket? You just came into a conversation about Inspector Gadget. And Taleb's come in. Welcome, Taleb. This is Jak and Daxter. This is Naughty Dog. This is this is what Naughty Dog did after Crash Bandicoot. So everyone in my Twitch circle at the moment seems to be in Crash Bandicoot, but I'm going back to Jak. That's disappointing though, Proto. I want more than anyone for there to be an Inspector Gadget game. See, I had in my mind, if there was a game, it was going to be like a point-and-click sort of FMV PC game with terrible live-action clips or something. See, Spyro, Crash, Ratchet and Clank. Yeah. Spyro went into Ratchet and Clank, that was Insomnia, and then Crash Bandicoot turned in. Wait, what? Yeah. See, oh, what was it? Like last year, Spyro better than Crash. And Ratchet's better than Daxter. Oh, you're bringing up all sorts of controversy here, Gem. But I was saying earlier, though, Gem, that Ratchet's up next. Ratchet is coming after Jak and Daxter. Last month we did Sly. Last month we did Sly Cooper, Sly Thieves in Time. This month we're doing Jak and Daxter, and after Jak and Daxter is being replaced by the original Ratchet and Clank, but the HD remake on PS3, because the HD remake just looks better for streaming. And I'm not sure if I'd say it was better, but I have fonder memories of Ratchet. Pardon me. I have fonder memories of Ratchet and Clank than I do Jak and Daxter. Probably because Jak and Daxter ruined it. Jak and Daxter ruined themselves by straying away from the platformer stuff and moving into like GTA-esque gameplay. Yeah, that's kind of what I was getting at there. Jak and Daxter changed itself. If like the whole thing was platforming collectathon like this, I may have said Jak and Daxter was outright better, but it changed itself, and it changed itself in a way I did not enjoy. Whereas, yeah, Ratchet and Clank was consistent with what it was the whole way through. Ratchet and Clank was one thing, and it just improved on that one thing, or tried to improve on that one thing throughout its PS2 trilogy. You say that, but no, it sort of did. But I unlike Jak, actually, I actually own, I think, all the Ratchet and Clank games. I think I have every single Ratchet and Clank game. The only one I might not have is Secret Agent Clank on the PSP. I've got the remake. Never played the remake, but I own the remake. But I did watch the movie. I did watch the Ratchet and Clank movie. Has anyone seen the Ratchet and Clank movie? I've just said Ratchet and Clank movie like 4 times in a row there. Was it just me, or was the Ratchet and Clank movies kind of forgettable? It's like I don't remember anything about the the movie. Ratchet and Clank the movie. When the remake happened, when the Ratchet remake happened, they had a movie to go along with it. That I think just sort of parroted the story in movie format. And I saw it once. And yeah, I don't remember anything about the movie. Jen's right. There was nothing memorable about it. I'm going to be honest, the only thing I remember about the movie is one of the voice actors. And I think that was the reason I watched it, because there was one guy called Andy that was a voice actor in it. Oh, Sonic, share the hacker. Tell us how he's hacking. What's he doing?
Wow, did you see that? Blue eco-vents have been activated all over the world. I knew there was a way to turn them on. There must be places to turn on the other eco-vents as well.
Yep. The blue eco, the red eco, green eco. We can have red, green, blue eco. Oh god, it is red, green, blue eco, isn't it? We've got RGB eco going on. Oh no, this is god awful. Okay. Kick him in the face. Wow. You wouldn't say that unless you were positive. The fact that he even catches up when you're so far ahead is giving me red flags. Whoa, Sonic, I've seen you play that, and I'm going to take your word for it. I'd have my doubts, to be honest, about that. Partly because, do you remember the Sly? There was going to be a Sly Cooper game in the movie in the works, and that never happened. That got turned into a TV show, and that TV show is apparently supposed to air in oh, that's where I came from. Didn't know that. Supposed to air in October. It's like, what? But I have my doubts about that, as much as I want to see Sly on the telly. But anyway, Proto, I don't think I've ever spoken to you much. What's some of the games you enjoy then? Ah! I'd never make a speedrunner at this. I'd never be a speedrunner at this. Figure this out one step at a time. Audrey 2 goes to bite me. Oh, it's like Yakuza again. We'll fix every one of my problems by punching it instead. Forget the kicks. Kicks don't work. Kicks really don't work. It is punch everything. Punch, punch. I'm a mean green mother from outer space. Kicks are forgettable. Well, Nero, I've been playing Yakuza. I've been playing a lot of the Yakuza game recently. And honestly, Yakuza is amazing, and it's just, it all ends with just punch the thing. That's what Yakuza is. Yakuza is just punch the thing. Punch the thing the game.
What do you have in the basket?
Nothing to talk about.
Dead hookers.
Them monsters patrolling the ocean took a bite out of me fishing rig, and now they're gobbling up me catch. No matter what I try, I can't seem to catch a single fish in this river.
Woo! Maybe it's your breath.
Have you tried dynamite?
Try scooping up river fish with a tiny net. I'll give you a power cell if you can catch 200 pounds of them critters. And then I'll let you and Shrimp here use my speedboat to get to Misty Island. You want to try the challenge?
They're a hacker. Wait, what's a havka? Or is that just a typo you've made?
There are two types of good fish to catch. 1 pound fishies and 5 pound fishies.
Hacker, okay.
If you miss 20 pounds of good fish, then I'm gonna take me net back from you.
Choosy beggars.
Eels in
Choosy beggars. Has anyone ever seen the Reddit Choosy beggars?
And he'll poison the whole darn catch.
Yeah, he wants 200 pounds of fish. Well, it's 1 power cell and the use of his boat. We get to take out his boat, and then what we do is once we get his boat, we drive out into the ocean where there are no laws, and then we legally marry Daxter out there. Because I mean, what else do you do when you're out at the ocean? Like seriously, if you had a boat and you could sail into the lawless parts of the ocean, what would you do that's illegal anywhere else?
Here comes a big one. Steady boy.
Yeah! Tekken, Jak and Daxter, Ratchet, Crash, Spyro, Prototype, Infamous, Jade, Cocoon, Medieval, Ape Escape 1, Brock, Gex, Dark Souls, Bloodborne, DMC, Monster Hunter, Elder Scrolls, Destiny, Dragon's Dogma. Oh, there are some amazing picks on there. There are some absolutely amazing picks. So, as you might be able to tell a little bit, maybe from this, I'm a little bit of a bollocks. Don't know if that's going to break anything. That's my headphones hooked. Bit of a Dark Souls fan myself. And Dragon's Dogma. Dragon's Dogma is absolutely fantastic. And it had that really amazing make your own pawn mechanic. And then you can upload your pawn and other players could upload their pawns. And you could download each other's pawns to have in your party. And oh my god, I wish that was still active on the PS3. It is. People, oh my god, not enough. I don't think enough people liked it, and I was really hoping we were going to get that Dragon's Dogma MMO they were talking about. If you've ever heard about the MMO, I was really hoping we were going to get some awesome Dragon's Dogma MMO. Hang on, I've actually got to pay attention to this now. I got a little bit overexcited there.
Steady boy.
Boom, 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 boom.
Steady, boy.
This many poisonous ones feels like cheating. Nude!
Steady, boy.
You did it! You caught 200 pounds of fish! Not bad for a couple of landlubbers. Here's the power cell I promised. And you can use my boat at the village dock whenever you like.
See, I knew we'd never get Dragon's Dogma online. I knew we'd never get it. It's like how we waited for years for we waited absolutely years for Phantasy Star Online 2, and I think that's finally coming out. But you know, a little bit too late, and I heard Xbox 360, Xbox One only, but I'm not sure how true that is. See, wasn't Dragon's Quest X also on the Wii U? And PS4. I mean, it is Square we're talking about here.
Those tower doohickeys scattered all over the jungle must redirect the eco beam. Let's go fiddle with them. Line up the beam by pointing it at the next tower.
Oh god, that is the worst effect ever. Black Desert. Black Desert was... I mean, okay, thankfully Black Desert has or I think it has two advantages. It's it's cheap and it's a one-time payment only. See, in Code Vein, Code Vein looks interesting. But I'm mainly interested in Code Vein because Code Vein is apparently developed by some of the team, or at least some of the team. Wow, that snake had some perspective to it. But yeah, apparently Code Vein is some of the team who did Drakengard. The Drakengard guys are doing Code Vein. I'm lost. It is anime Dark Souls. Which is funnily enough how people were describing, not accurately, but were describing Drakengard 3. Oh yeah, Drakengard. Drakengard is And what do you mean, you know, you're probably going to get shoot by not playing Drakengard? Don't touch Black Desert. Why? What's wrong with Black Desert? Is it infectious? Because I'm too late. I've already played Black Desert. I bought Black Desert years ago. Probably going to get shot. Wait, what for? What are you going to get shot for? We did it. We powered up the windmill. Oh no. So Drakengard is... I love Drakengard. I love Drakengard and I love Nier. But I'm not sure I ever really recommend people play it. Now that I've played Drakengard, I'm not sure I can necessarily recommend other people play it. It's got an amazing story and great characters, but actually playing Drakengard, actually playing through the entirety of Drakengard is something in and of itself. There's literally just like tons and tons of lore for the entire thing, because Drakengard is like what was I going to say? It's sister series to Nier.
Another power cell is yours.
You'll do it. And you might want to shoot me for this. You might want to shoot me for this, but I think the only Breath of Fire game I've ever played was, I think, Breath of Fire 4, Dragon's Quarter.
Bring to me 120 precursor orbs, and I will award you a power cell.
And I hear Dragon's Quarter is the bad Breath of Fire game, from what I hear. Yeah, there we go, the worst one.
Check out old Fish Brett's speedboat at the dock.
See, I tell you what I remember being quite fun though, Breath of Death.
Oh, what a wonderful sight! I thank you. And the entire village will thank me. Boys, you have restored power to the village and guaranteed my re-election. And for that, my boy, you've earned a power cell.
I keep it in my hat next to my marmalade sandwiches. You've always got to have an emergency marmalade sandwich in your hat. Yeah, it's. I don't think many people have heard of Breath of Death. It's a little indie RPG about a skeleton hero or something. I think usually it's usually paired with a game called Cthulhu Saves the World, if that gives you any indication, where Cthulhu has been cursed by a sorcerer, and in order to get all of his Lovecraftian powers back, Cthulhu must become a hero and save the world. So you go on a little RPG as Cthulhu. And what do you mean the local Majimoto? What? You're gonna have to explain that one, Talea. Oh, I could have done that the entire time. You've heard many praises for Cthulhu Saves the World. I think I only played a little bit of it, but it was funny from what I played. It was quite humorous. The humour was spot on. There's an MMO. Wait, there's an Other Lands MMO? Oh, Majima, the local... No, there can't be a local Majima. No one compares to Goro Majima. Again, I'm really intrigued now. Is the way. Bollocks! Absolute bollocks to you, good sir. Like, how am I gonna get change back now? No, I've never played Shenmue, to be honest. Shenmue is a game I've got a copy of and I've always intended to play. It's on the backlog. Shenmue is on the backlog. But there's lots of things on the backlog. The backlog is enormous. In fact, if you're on desktop and you look at the panels below, I think there's a panel called Games that links to my backloggery account and will show you everything I've got. Or, sorry, it will show you like 98% of what I've got. I got lazy after a while and stopped updating it. Your new copy, is your new copy one of the PS4, one of the HD remakes of it? Is that your new copy? I didn't get Pimp My Ride yet. I actually am gonna have to check that. So I'm gonna be honest, Phoenix, I forgot about Pimp My Ride. How can I forget about Pimp My Ride? Why wouldn't I want to forget about Pimp My Ride?
Get some! Get some!
Oh. Yeah, Nero. I have played the first Overlord. I played the first Overlord, not the sequel. I've seen it. I've seen it, Phoenix. I have seen Pimp My Ride. So here's the thing. My foot looks really weird when I do that. So there used to be a YouTube series. There used to be a YouTube series called The Worst Games Forever, The Worst Games Ever, aka Shit Games for Wankers. And once a fortnight, I think it was, they just play a terrible game, and that was on there once. 1 week, 1 episode, Shit Games for Wankers played Pimp My Ride, and that's how I know it's terrible. Alright. Can't be bad. That's right, any game on the PlayStation that lets you put a PlayStation in a car so you can play Pimp My Ride on the PlayStation, to put a PlayStation on a car so you can play Pimp My Ride, can't be bad.
You've collected enough power cells to fuel my heat shield. Meet me by the entrance to the fire canyon by climbing the cliff behind the farmer's house. Bring the power cells, and hurry! My father says he's seen more lurkers around.
Oh, you've got a nearly new Dreamcast one. Damn.
I see you two are back to make the trade. Good, jolly good.
Yep.
Hey, you have the precursor orbs that we agreed on?
You're not my real uncle.
Put this hard-earned power cell to good use. Cheerio, ta-ta, bye-bye.
That's what she said. Oh my god, no. What's the dot? Yeah, no, my copy's on the Dreamcast. I've got a Dreamcast copy. Salvaged from car boot sales across 3 years.
This place gives me the creeps. And trust me, it's a whole new experience when you're covered in fuzz.
Oh. Well, we're back to find our heart attack victim. This is where old Mr. Heart Attack's hanging out. Somewhere. That really big stick. Touch that. That's new.
Red Eco makes your attack.
Red Eco launches you off a cliff. Okay.
Hey, I see the sculptor's muse.
Okay. Catch the pigeon. Catch the pigeon. I know it's not a pigeon, but I can't think of any other songs.
Say goodnight, Jack.
You know, unless we're going to start singing the Darkwing Duck theme song. That's all I can think about for the past 2 days is the Darkwing Duck theme song. Piss off, you wanker! I've got a muse to catch. Right. PS1 game. Oh, PS1. PS1. That is... Oh god, that is a tough one.
Knock over those bones.
PS1 growing. See, it's likely my favourite PS1 game is likely something I had growing up. Damn, Night to lay up. Good luck in the heat. 40 degrees sounds like melting temperature. 40 degrees sounds like you'd be a human puddle by this point. You've honestly stumped me on the PS1 game. Because I know there's loads of amazing stuff on the PS1. But I just can't think about what I would have played. See, the only one that keeps coming to mind, 2 games come to mind, and they're not amazing games. There's God, what is it? South Park, because I remember having a hell of a lot of fun playing the multiplayer in South Park. Not the single player game, but as a child, as a young child, playing South Park and, you know, launching a cow's anus on my friend's head was one of the funniest things. And then there was, what's the other one? Bugs Bunny Lost in Time. However, in more recent years, Final Fantasy X was on PS2. Anyway, in more recent years, I have a huge appreciation for Klonoa. Klonoa on PS1 is fantastic. Am I seeing anyone? You interested, Sonic? Are you interested? Because I am available if you are. We know I'm not joking about what being single, because no, I'm not joking about being single. That part's not a joke. So yeah, but here's the thing. Growing up, my parents were the kind of parents, like, they'd buy me child-friendly games. So it'd be like child-friendly animal platformers and stuff. So that's how I got Banjo-Kazooie, that's how I got Bugs Bunny Lost in Time. And another game my parents bought me growing up on the PlayStation 1 at a young age was Bubsy 3D. I was an unfortunate child and had Bubsy 3D on the PlayStation 1. No competition. None of that. And Phoenix, you were there for Bubsy. You saw me stream Bubsy, Phoenix. You watched me play through that game, or as much of that game as I could stomach. Because yes, there has been a Bubsy Meowathon stream where I played Bubsy. I played Bubsy and I played Bubsy 3D. When's Garfield Kart? Garfield Kart is probably when Garfield goes back on sale for £1. So I missed it in the sale. I forgot to buy Garfield Kart in the sale. The only game I bought, I think, in the Steam sale was Pandemonium. Because speaking of PS1 games, Pandemonium, there you go. So we've been everywhere at this point, yep. And yeah,
we were here.
I think more people probably had a...
It's an ambush!
See, I played Rayman Rush, but I've never owned Rayman Rush, I don't think. Could never afford too many games growing up. So it was a lot of trade with friends, loan with friends. So you'd get like a lot of random games that your friends owned, and your friends would end up playing a lot of random games that I owned. And you'd get a bit of everything. You'd play a little bit of everything over the years. Garfield Kart happened. I actually tried to buy Garfield Kart once. I actually tried to buy it for stream, and my PayPal account got declined because my bank cancelled my card. My bank cancelled my card and failed to actually get a replacement card to me. So I went like 2 weeks not being able to buy anything before I finally went to my bank and was like, what the hell's going on, please? And they were like, we sent you a new card. And I'm like, I didn't get any new card. And they're like, okay, we'll send you a new card. It will be with you in a few days. So in a few more days not being able to afford anything. I had to tell the homeless people that I was as bad off as they were when they asked me for change. And no, what was Typho on, Proto? What system was Typho on? PS1, no. So yeah, no. I didn't have the biggest library of PS1 games because I also had a I had a Nintendo 64 and a Dreamcast. It's been great having you around, Sonic. Cool. Good luck with the bumper coins. See ya. I hope you managed to get enough for the upcoming Grand Prix. I hope you get enough for the new Grand Prix so you don't have to farm for that. Or more than you have to anyway. We're all going to have to farm the new Grand Prix. Everyone's going to have to farm the new Grand Prix soon. But I'll tell you another PS1 game. I remember fondly, and that was Rival Schools. Rival Schools was one of the very few fighters I remember fondly on the PS1. Controlled a tiger that's a martial artist. Okay, I don't remember it, but I think I know the one you're talking about. And I think the reason I think I know the one you're talking about is because I once found it in a charity shop when I got my copy of CTR. So my PS1 copy of CTR came from a charity shop a number of years ago, and at the exact same time they had CTR, they had Typhoon.
Hey Jack, can I have your insect collection?
And I think that might be the most obscure way of knowing what Typhoon is. It was the game I decided not to pick up instead of CTR. And I think I made the right choice, unless Typhoon is some amazing game that I've really missed out on. I think I made the right call picking up CTR instead. Wrong button. That was supposed to have been dash forward like that. The punch button. It's not amazing, but it's good. Okay. Oh, okay. I know where we are now and what we're doing.
I have to admit, I'm impressed. You two didn't screw up. Now that the lurkers can't open that silo, they can't flood the world with dark eco and cause untold destruction. Wipe that ridiculous grin off your face, Daxter. The two of you have plenty to do. Get on with it.
Get on with it. Yes, get on with it. Get on with it. or you get a 60 gig what? PS3, and then you use it to play everything. 60 gig PS3 will play everything. They can't break that. Oh, they're gone. Yeah, because it's something like most... Oh, bollocks! Bollocks to you! I thought you were empty. Oh, actually, no. I might not suggest that, actually. Because you said you like the first Ape Escape, right? You said you like Ape Escape 1? Ape Escape 1 does not actually play on the PlayStation 3. The PlayStation 3 will not play Ape Escape 1. It's to do with its analog stick requirements, because because Ape Escape has like a requirements for a DualShock controller. The PlayStation 3 is like really weird about picking up it as a DualShock controller and just keeps saying like, please insert a DualShock controller or something, and doesn't actually start the game, doesn't allow you to get past the start menu. Boots up the game, doesn't allow you past the start menu or something because the controls don't work right. The PS3 technically emulates your game. The PS3 is emulating the game, so something doesn't work right there. So if you really must, then again, you might be able to get a digital copy of Ape Escape 1 on the PS3. I don't know about that. I don't know if the PS3 store had a digital copy of Ape Escape or not. Because, you know, they used to do those PS1 classics. Where can you grab this? There we go. So, yes, it's like, so if you want the best compatibility for physical games, you'd probably need, I don't know if it does or not. It might not. But if you want best compatibility for all three systems, you're better off getting a PlayStation 2 and a PlayStation 3. And then both the PlayStation 2 and the PlayStation 3 will both play PS1 games. And then PlayStation 3 obviously play PS3 games. But the question is, do you intend to stream PS3 games? Do you want to stream the PlayStation 3 stuff? Probably, yeah, because so like the PS3 has like encrypts the signal with high definition copy protection or something. So some capture cards can't pick up the PS3 signal. Like the Elgato ones can't pick up the PS3 signal, but like Rabbit's Ava Media one apparently can. But different topic. Who wants some trivia? Who knows the movie and the Netflix series, The Dark Crystal?
They've been threatening the waters around our village for weeks. Bring your zoomer back to the chance pad and I'll teleport it back.
That's what I'm saying. Well, you need a capture card, yeah, for the PS3, but then like some capture cards, like mine, my capture card won't pick up the PS3. It'll just say no signal. It just won't detect the signal from the PS3 at all. Oh, Dark Crystal. There goes my trivia. I had trivia about anatomically correct puppets right there. Puppet dicks, as it were. Bollocks to ya. See, I've decided to make this 100% run. And that's a foolish endeavour. Let's go make sure I have to do every. That's fun. That'll make for an interesting stream. No, I'm saying at the moment, if anyone wants to suggest anything, if anyone wants to suggest any games, I'm all ears at the minute. So I'm happy to play anything, or try anything. Jump to victory. I don't know if jump to victory is a real thing or if it's just a thing I've made up at some point. Jade Cocoon or Jade Cocoon 2? See, okay, so I'm pretty sure you've said that Jade Cocoon, the first Jade Cocoon, is the better Jade Cocoon, right? You've said the first Jade Cocoon is the better one. But Jade Cocoon 2 is another one of those games that like a friend randomly had, and it's like I'd borrow it and it'd just be like, you know, so that's the one I have like childhood memories of. It's being like, what is this? I've never heard of it before. That kind of thing, and then playing it. You know, the mysteries and wonder of being a child, discovering things for the first time, when life was full of mysteries. Finding one last scout fly was the biggest problem you had in your life. It's not 50. Yeah, when we actually got demo discs. Like, do you still have any demo discs? Like, what was it? I found a streamer once, and I don't remember who it was, and I didn't follow him. But I found this streamer once, and he had a series on his streams where it was him playing through a whole bunch of demo discs. He just played through every demo on demo discs, and he had like 50 something demo discs. You've moved too many times. There are some actually really good demo discs out there, because have you ever heard of those demo discs where they've accidentally, or they've been lazy or accidentally left like an entire game on the demo disc, and they've been like, oh, that's fine, we'll just put in like a wall there, we'll just put in a thank you for playing our demo screen, stop them from going any further. But then you can do something to get around it and just have like an entire game on a demo disc. Like I think there's like a Crash and Spyro game. I think there was like a Crash. I think like Crash Bash did it as well or something. Like Crash Bash had a demo, or Spyro, one of the Spyro games had a demo, and you could put in a cheat and get the entire game. There was also a game called Chaos Flying Squadron on the Sega Saturn. Well, it was either the Sega Saturn or it was like the Mega CD or the Sega CD, and they put the entire game on the demo, and they just put in, after the first level, they put in a thank you for playing our game screen, but they left in the level select code. So you could just type in the level select code on Chaos Flying Squadron and just play the entire game. The Chaos Flying Squadron is like over £100 to buy these days. And that includes the demo disc. The demo disc costs like £100 or something. Newt, Newt! technically lazy, but it gets the job done, sort of. Of course I'd do that. Oh, you can join.
Don't step into the light!
Join the club, Nero. Come join the club. Don't do anything all day. Find the most effective way to pretend like you do. Like people say it's more work to pretend you're actually working than it is to actually work. But the thing about pretending you're actually working is it doesn't involve other people. You're not actively working with other people pretending you're trying to work, and that makes it a hell of a lot easier. There we go. What club, Nero? What club are you supposed to be going to? Or do you want to go to? Oh, join the club, right, yeah. If you want a lot of chocolate on your biscuit, join our club. Damn, it's one hell of a robot. Well, I've convinced you by singing the jingle from an old British advert. So we've got a chocolate bar over here. Sorry. Called Club, and they're just these little biscuits. They're these biscuits coated in chocolate, and they're called Clubs. And one of the old adverts used to have the jingle, "If you want a lot of chocolate on your biscuit, join our club." And I don't even know why I know that, but I know that's a thing. You'll join them all. See, I want to join Blacksmith Club. Because apparently, in places, there's like Blacksmith Club and Blacksmith Camp.
I'm waiting at the head of Fire Canyon, at the top of the cliff behind the farmer's house.
How awesome would it have been growing up to go to Blacksmith Camp? You're on your summer holidays, and instead of sitting around all day watching TV, you're forging blades to use in battle. Like, what did you do in camp today, little Billy? I rendered the flesh of my enemies using this dagger I crafted in the darkness of an eclipse. Yeah, you defeat dragons.
Great! You have the 20 cells needed to power my heat shield. Now be careful. The shield will only protect your zoomer till it reaches 500 degrees, so try to keep her cool. Flying over open lava will definitely heat you up fast. Hit 500 degrees and it's over.
Over? Like burning molten metal over?
The fire canyon gets pretty hot, so keep a lookout for jumps to keep you off the hot ground. I've also released several blue cooling balloons you can use to drop the shield's temperature quickly. Oh, and when you get across, don't forget to activate the teleport gate in the Blue Sage's lab. Then we'll be able to teleport over and meet you. Good luck!
And I think you're a bit mistaken, Nero. The one for drug addicts, the drug addict camp, is the one where you chase the magic dragon. You either chase the magic dragon, or you puff the magic dragon. Or you find Puff the magic dragon. those are rocks. Yeah, I imagine chasing the dragon. Sorry, chasing the dragon, I believe, is the heroin reference. When you popped up on heroin, that one's chasing the dragon.
Use the hop turn to steer further.
I've buggered this right up. See, defeating dragons sounds like the kind of thing you'd do at D&D camp or LARP camp. When you go LARPing, you and your friends dress up in your cardboard Gandalf outfit, you go out into the woods with your weird camp counselor for the weekend, and you come back different.
I don't think I'll ever get used to that teleporter tingling sensation. Hey! It looks like the Blue Sage threw a party.
Oh my! Rock Village is on fire!
One
No.
heck of a party.
No, I mean Rock Village is being bombarded with flaming boulders. Oh, and it looks like the Blue Sage is working on a levitation machine to move them.
They've all
Assuming
been
it's
to camp.
operational, we're gonna need power cells to fuel it. I guess you two are going to have to find some more.
We'd better take a look at his notes. Jack, go check on the villagers. Then come back and give us an update. And take the furball with you.
Furball has a name. And hey Astro, how you doing? And Nero, have you never seen LARPing? Have you never seen LARPers? They dress up in their little outfits with their foam weapons and they go out to the woods and they throw little balls of paper at each other shouting fireball, fireball. At least that's how I imagine it.
Blue Sage disappeared. You're going to need to collect 45 power cells to fuel his machine. Go get him.
Beware of the dark light, for it
Nobody
is
dresses.
of one of you. Bring me
Nobody does that here. Sorry, I
120
read that
precursor
wrong.
orbs
Nobody
for
does that
each
here.
power cell
Okay.
I contain.
I don't actually know what raid that is. Pandy! To the tavern. To the tavern. No. Pandy, thank you for the raid. See, I used to know where all the LARPers went down here, because the LARPers used to go where I used to walk the dog. I used to walk the dog where the LARPers hung out. This handsome fellow.
I thought that's one of your vital organs. Walk it off, tough guy.
Oh, sure, I was tough once. Maybe even the toughest of them all. I single-handedly defended this village from those horrid creatures for almost a year. Then that horrible monster arrived and commenced the boulder bombardment. So, full of valor,
Hang on.
armor
You were
shining in the sun,
under
I
attack
climbed
for
the
a
hill to
year.
take him on.
You've been under siege for a year, and not once did you send a messenger over to be like, yo, can we get any backup?
Cause it's killing me.
After my last stunning failure, he sealed the passageway to his roost with a 30-ton boulder, leaving no way for anyone to challenge him again. So, our sage, a master of blue eco and a mechanical genius,
Built a
devised
death
machine
ray.
capable of lifting the boulder out of the way.
I would have built a death ray and shot the guy, but you know.
Disappeared before we had a chance to turn it on. And he took all of his power cells with him. At least I was able
Bastard,
to
he
pull
ran
enough
away.
pontoons out of our bridge to prevent that monster from coming down here to do me harm.
Yeah, good job, tough guy. But we're gonna need you to put him back and stuff.
Oh, sure. And seal my doom? All right. Fine. Bring me 90 precursor orbs and I'll let the pontoons loose. But I'm not going to fight that monster again.
Does that guy look like? Who does that guy resemble? Like, for real. Looking at that guy, who could that be? Nope, not having anything to do with that mess. Seen how that goes. Oh, that's where the pontoon.
If I had an orb for every missed opportunity.
I'd have exactly one orb. Hang on, which one's the money here? Is it the orbs? Are the orbs the money or are the cells the money? Or are they just different denominations of money? Or is it some sort of barter system? There is no money. There is something. And it's not like Jack's old enough to start selling his body yet, is it? The orbs are the actual. What exactly are the cells for? Is the question. The orbs are the actual currency. What are the cells for? Power cells. I've got Gatorade. Some Gatorade going on right there. Oh. What the hell is that thing? Two of them. Master Blaster. It's a dwarf. It's a midget riding on a bullymong's back is what that is. Is Mad Max Beyond Thunderdome still worth watching? Is it still worth it to watch Beyond Thunderdome? Jack. My jack's broken. Can I get a new one, please? Well, they've all got. I imagine they've all got bags of holding, Nero. It's like D&D. Everyone's got a bag of holding that can just hold. It's basically just pocket dimensions. They've all got pocket dimensions in their pockets that can be used to hold everything. Oh, I imagine it.
Easy on those hot pipes.
One of you. Oh, heavens no, Nero. You ever considered what's inside these pocket dimensions? It's full of infinite void. Have you ever been in the infinite void? Because I can tell you from experience, the infinite void is a terrifying place. I tried to punch that instead of kick it.
Yuck. Revenant.
It's worse than the sub-ocean, I'll tell you that much as well. The infinite void is worse than the sub-oceans. You've got a point, Nero. Living in an infinite void forever can't be worse than whatever reality it is today. Which I've already discussed. I've already discussed what real life has thrown at us. Which, honestly, thinking about it now, I'm not particularly surprised about the news. Hang on, did you just spawn a new midget? Sorry, a new little person. I'm not allowed to say midget anymore, am I? Or I shouldn't be saying midget. I should be calling them little people. By the way, I forgot to ask Pandy, how'd the stream go? How'd the stream go, Pandy? Oh, Nero, it's summer. Chocolate eggs are now just puddles. I mean, what's the weather? What's the heat like where you're at, Nero? Because it is hot over here. It is bloody hot right now. There is no chocolate. There are just brown puddles everywhere. Oh, looky you. I mean, it's night over here, but it's not cold. You have appeased the llama overlords. Wait, is the llama... okay, I actually need to ask, are the llama overlords a real thing? Are llama overlords real or not? Or are they just a thing you've made up? But I, for one, welcome our new llama overlords. What, you don't welcome our new llama overlords? Because that might be blasphemous. They eat cake. Or let them eat cake. That works. reward you with tickets. And what if you collect 1 million tickets, you can buy a cheap flat screen TV. Or a fake plastic mustache.
Follow that pipe!
1,000 tickets gets you a previous item. So what I'm hearing is it's slightly better than the arcade. Because those arcades are extortion. Like you go to the arcade, you spend 20 quid and you walk out with like £1 worth of sweets, or at least that's my experience. You go in, you play a number of games, and the only thing you can afford on your tickets is just a handful of candy that in the actual shops would have cost you £1, because each individual piece was like 10 pence or something. Then again, you win all your tickets on the Arabian Derby, it's here to play it. Oh. All your English has run out for the day. Your English is done. You've exhausted it. It will replenish. Your English supply will replenish in 40 minutes. Oh, it's no problema. No problema. Right, let's... Third time's a charm, right? See ya, Proto. Thanks for stopping by for so long. I think it's been, what, 2 hours? You've been here for about 2 hours? Yes, I'm positive I'll catch you around somewhere. Is that full damage? Okay, that's the first time in this game we've experienced full damage. So Jack's non-existent... Jack's Scrooge McDuck shoes, because look at him, he's got Scrooge McDuck shoes on. Come on, if anyone's ever seen DuckTales, those... Oh. Those are exactly what Scrooge McDuck wears. Who hasn't seen DuckTales? I'm sure... Oh god. I'm sure someone's not seen DuckTales. They did reboot them. Question is, have you seen the reboot of DuckTales? DuckTales. No, because you don't watch TPR. Because they've rebooted DuckTales, and in the DuckTales reboot, they've rebooted Stuff. Good. Yeah, so they've rebooted DuckTales, and in the DuckTales reboot, they've rebooted Darkwing Duck. When there's trouble, you call DW. Darkwing Duck. Let's get dangerous. See, no. It only starts spoilers. So spoilers for DuckTales. Spoilers for DuckTales. Darkwing Duck only starts off as a TV show within DuckTales, but in the later episodes, Darkwing Duck becomes a real thing. Darkwing Duck becomes a real thing in the DuckTales universe, not just as a TV show, but as an actual crime fighter with villains. Well, I say villains, so far it's just Negaduck. Negaduck is the only Darkwing Duck villain in them. Yep. It's good. The reboot of DuckTales was fun. I've seen a bit of it, and it's a fun reboot. I mean, you've got Scrooge, you've got the pilot, Launchpad McQuack, you've got Gizmo Duck. Best part of the game coming up. Not technically the best part of the game, but it's a slide, and who doesn't love a good slide? Fuck. I don't, apparently. I'd much rather drown myself.
Hey! It looks like you can jump dive onto those guys.
Said than done. Right, there's a dinging going on in the background, and it sounds like an intercom system. It sounds like any minute they're gonna say "Hidey hi, campers," or something, or "Welcome to Butlins." I don't think Butlins have intercoms in this era. Still. Well, speedrun's dead. We're never making world record pace at this time. You know, unless world record pace is terrible, which is won't be. Fucker. Nope, I'm not risking it. We're going for the slide. Super happy fun slide. Whee! No, don't pull that lever. Note. Hope not missing anything. Someone's peed in the pool. It's always a battle, Pandy. There's always a battle. Oh, we're burning down the factory in Cursed stead, are we? This is the factory that Cursed was supposed to burn down. Or fight, sorry. I think it was just me who was saying burn a factory, and everyone else was just like fight a factory. As I ride my black unicorn down an erupting volcano, and I drink from a chalice made. Sorry, a chalice filled with the laughter of small children. There we go. See, that's exactly what I expect to happen. Exactly that. What?
I got a bad
What?
feeling about this.
Hang on. How my bones? Oh no. Yeah, I fully expect factories and various other buildings to turn into giant mechs. Wow, I'm failing so badly right now. I at least like to portray a modicum of skill when I do this kind of thing. Situation where we run away. This isn't a battle cry, this is a runaway moment. Run away! Run away! Run away! Run away! Thank you. No. We've got established stream law now. Fucker. Established stream law. Runaways to run away. The Newt is the battle cry. Oh, you can spam Newt whenever you want, but Newt isn't to run away. Newt's not to signal we're running from battle. Newt's to signal we're running into battle. Newt is diving straight first into a terrible mistake we're about to make. And runaway is running away from whatever terrible mistake we're about to make. Oh, it's one of these puzzles. Have to press all of them, and if you double tap them. Whoa, Phoenix. You can't say I've been experimenting. You're gonna have to tell us what was the experiment. What were you doing, Phoenix?
Switch on all those platforms or something.
No shit, Sherlock. Oh, you've been practicing for your new to keep your world record. Because for those who aren't aware, Phoenix is now a speedrun world record holder. Sonic, welcome back. How went the farming? Did you get many Wumpa coins? Did you get enough? Nope. That's always the way. Never works out like you hope it will. Oh. Fuck! Oh, wait, oh, you still got his, Sonic. You still got his. I'm not likely to leave you for my boyfriend at any point tonight. Okay. My boyfriend won't be coming over to interrupt the stream because he doesn't exist. Oh, the position is open. The position is completely vacant right now. It is that power cell I was looking for, I hope. In my weird precursor bathysphere. In our precursor to Rapture. Please, I know that there are sharks and five-headed piranha in that water.
To the surface. It seems you can use eco in ways we've never seen before. A power cell surfaced with the room. Climb up there and get it.
Oh, come on, chat. Fill Nero in with what position? What position is Nero applying for right now? Let him know. What position is Nero let himself in for? What has Nero unwittingly, applied for here? He shouldn't have. But buddies. Oh. Okay. I was kind of hoping you were going to come up with something funny there, to be honest. Well, funny in a different way, anyway. Something unrelated to what was actually said is what I'm trying to get at there. Unicorn partner. Yeah, no, I don't blame you, Sonic, neither could I. If I could think of anything witty, I would have said it myself.
That wager pretty much tapped me out. So, I got a proposal. Bring me 90 orbs to get me back on my feet and out of this barrel, and I'll give you a power cell in return. And if you're game, I do have one more bet online. My big comeback. Beat the record time racing Dead Man's Gorge in the Precursor Basin, and I'll get a pretty payoff. For that, I'll give you another power cell. Oh, yeah! These orbs will help me win my way back out of this barrel. Here's the power cell, I promise.
Nope. Gambling, you can never gamble your way upwards. It will never work like that. You'll gamble yourself into an early grave.
wonderful.
Oh, you think I'll
brought me
regret
the
it?
precursor orbs.
You think I'll be the
Alright,
one regretting
I'll
it?
fix the bridge. But don't ask me to get involved with that creature again.
I want to know in what way I'll be regretting it. So I can think of a couple ways I may end up regretting it. And I want to know which way you mean. In every way. I'll regret it in every way imaginable. Embrace the cat, Sonic. I'm very much we're pro cat on this channel. We're the most pro cats.
Wow, you can shoot fireballs when you're powered up with
And I
your
say
window.
embrace the kitten. Embrace the cat. Wait, who? Me? Me or Sonic? Who needs to sing a song? If you mean me, give me a song to sing and I'll try and sing it. Sonic. At least we have cat. Oh, we all want pets. Everyone should have a pet of some variety, even if it's a pet rock. Like, who knows about? Tell me if you actually know about pet rocks. Who knows about pet rocks? And the actual story behind pet rocks, and the guy who created pet rocks. Roxy! Hey Roxy, how you doing? I want to say evening, but it's like 11 o'clock now. It's not so much a story behind Pet Rocks, but it's a story about the guy who created Pet Rocks. So, the thing about Pet Rocks is it's not actually the rocks themselves that people were interested in, because the rocks were just rocks. As you can imagine, it's a rock. It's not really interesting. What you were technically buying was the owner manual, because each pet rock came with a humorous manual that told you how to care for your pet rock. And apparently, the caring for your pet rock book was quite funny, and it actually made the guy quite a lot of money. And what he did was he took the money and he reinvested that money in a new scheme, and it was you'd own part of the desert. He invested it in red sand, and you'd own part of a desert. But basically, what's the word? Yeah, it's trivia time. But basically, things did not go well with whatever country the sand came from. There was either war going on or some sort of political discourse or something. And basically, the US did not were no longer on friendly terms with this other nation, and therefore they could no longer sell, or they could sell, but no one would buy the sand from whichever nation they were buying it from, and the guy lost a lot of money on that. Now he's doing okay for himself, and he owns a bar or something. He owns a wine bar with a very clever name, from what I'm told.
Shoot those rat nests to stop the rats from coming out.
Wow, okay. I need to stop talking about pet rocks and red sand, desert sand. Start focusing. See, I used to learn a lot of random stuff from a YouTube channel called, what was it, Today I Found Out or something, or Today I Learned, and basically just every episode would be about this some random thing. Like, did anyone ever hear the story about the guy who tried to buy a private plane from Pepsi? The guy who tried to get a private plane from Pepsi. Has anyone heard that story?
It's trivia time.
Okay, someone wants to hear about the Pepsi plane. Bollocks to ya. So, once upon a time, I actually think it was back in the 80s, Pepsi had a loyalty scheme thing going on, where if you bought bottles of Pepsi, you could get points from the labels and whatnot, and you could use these points to win prizes. And Pepsi had this catalogue of all the prizes and all the rules. But in the advert, Pepsi showed that you could buy a private military jet or some such for like 2 million loyalty points or something, which was an absolutely absurd number. But some guy read in the rules that if you had 10 loyalty points, you could buy the remaining points from Pepsi themselves with real money, and that worked out to be cheaper than buying the Pepsi products. So this guy convinced a bunch of investors to go in with him and buy a bunch of Pepsi loyalty points in order to buy a jet. And he submitted his application to buy the jet, and Pepsi turned around and told him, that's not a real prize, no one can own a jet. So he took them to court. And said, look, your advert shows a jet for $2 million, 2 million points, I want my jet. And the courts ruled that because it wasn't actually in the catalogue of actual prizes, official prizes, the man could not legally enforce that Pepsi give him a jet.
Only 3 more tethers to go.
Yeah, this is a real story. So this man now had a bunch of investors wanting their money back, while he had nothing but Pepsi loyalty points. Because Pepsi wouldn't give a man a jet. It's a little bit like that Simpsons episode where Bart wins a contest, and it's like, you can win a holiday, so you can win a lot of money, or an elephant, and Bart's like, I'll have the elephant. And they're like, the elephant's the gag prize. No one really wants the elephant. I want an elephant. Yeah, except in that episode, Bart actually got an elephant.
Say goodnight, Jack.
See, that's the thing. I have no idea what the guy's plans would have been for a jet. Like, would he have wanted to fly a military jet? Or would he have just, you know, wanted to own a jet as a talking piece? It's like, I own a jet. It was really easy to die in this. I mean, who hasn't dreamed about owning something ridiculous that you're never going to get your hands on? Who hasn't had that dream? And when you can get it by buying Pepsi, why wouldn't you?
Wow!
Same mistake every time. Right, I've been there. That is bullshit, game. What hit me up there? Well. Stuff, what? Get away there. Oh. Oh my god. There's a bollocks. I mean, there's always bollocks. A lot of what we get on here, bollocks. Game outright. To your arms. Throw it all up. What we're gonna do. And it's crazy. So you may have noticed if you've never played this before, the protagonist has no voice. He's your classic mute protagonist, right? At least you think that, but no. They go and they give him a voice in the second and third game. Out of nowhere, he spent the first 16 years of his life, or however old our boy here is. And then he's just like, I've been the mute for 60 years, but suddenly I'm now going to start talking. I just never cared in the events that transpired in the second game. Leave him be. And his first words are, I'm gonna kill a man. And they're pretty damn good first words, let's be honest. Let's be honest. They're pretty good first words. Oh yeah, it's totally normal, hero. I know when I was 2 or whatever, my first words were, I'm going to kill the mailman. I mean, I don't know if the mailman was my enemy, but he was the one I swore to kill. He's going down, and he's still going down because he's not bringing me any of my goddamn packages. I've got a bunch of stuff that I think is in the mail, and the mailman's not bringing it to me anymore. And I sit around every day wanting it. Where is it? Where's my life-size replica of Nick Frost, eh? My life-size replica of a shirtless Nick Frost. I mean, but you'd think you'd have a thing or two to say to Daxter, right? You'd think at one point you'd want to tell Daxter to shut up.
Howdy, friends. Enjoying my beautiful swamp?
Yep, we're gonna drain this
Everything
swamp.
that doesn't sink into the mud, that is.
Judging by the smell, I'd wager your bathtub sank in the mud long ago.
What's a bathtub? Anyway,
It's
I
the
got
thing you
bigger
make your
problems
moonshine in.
now. Seems some nasty lurker varmints are grousing about, snatching everything they can get their grubby little paws on, and scaring away my pet hip hog, Farley. He's been missing for nigh on to a coon's age. I've been putting out his favorite snack, but those ornery swamp rats keep stealing them. If you could keep those pesky critters away long enough, I just know Farty will smell them vitals and come back. Will you help me out?
Sure.
Good. Those rats will be back any time. Shoot all them rats. Keep them from eating at least one of them snacks. Over there.
I mean, it must be bloody good moonshine then if he's blind already. Get him! Get him! These really bad spacing. Came out of nowhere, the little bastard. Okay, this is I'm going to be honest, mini games in Jak, not the highlight. But they're always going to be coming from this side. Get him! Get him! Hit him! Hit him more! Can't be more, right? Is this like a normal game that hillbillies play? Do hillbillies shoot rats for fun?
You sure know how to shoot. Thanks a heap for the help.
Game, that's how they get lunch. Oh. That's alright. I don't know, I like his pet. His pet is amazing, look at it. Weird hippo child. I guess we'll defer to your expertise, Nero. Too bad you can't look at it. It's his seeing eye hippo. It's his seeing eye hippo dog. It takes him on walks. And it tells him when the moonshine is ready.
I'm like, Stretcher? Yuck. Nothing.
Oh, this is like miles back. Not with all the moonshine he's been drinking, he won't be able to walk. You know what, if I'm gonna take damage either way. 90% potato vodka. How potent is moonshine anyway? How potent is moonshine? Fiery card. I want to meet the yellow eco sage. I imagine the yellow eco sage is quite the character. He's basically just Tiny Tina from Borderlands, ready to blow anything up at a moment's notice. Let's blow it up. Bird we gave birth to. You know, the one whose egg we hatched. And laid, sorry, the egg we laid. Laid the egg, we didn't just drop it off the cliff. And we murdered. We dropped it off a cliff and then we threw it in the swamp. Are we terrible parents, chat? Are we terrible bird parents? Okay, Sonic, you have a great dinner. Hope you're making something nice. Wait, what? PB and it's all round. What? Well, I don't know what that is. Is that? Are you saying it's peanut butter? Peanut butter and J? You're making peanut butter and jelly sandwich, is that what you're trying to get at? Actually, I might have, if I'm lucky, I might have a little bit of trivia time here. Let's hope I'm lucky enough to have trivia time. Remember to be smart and do this. No, I might have just been an idiot. See, because the other day I found a thing that was like the difference. So I'm British, so whenever anyone says jelly, I'm like, it's jam, it's jam. Not jelly, it's jam. But I found a thing that actually tells you what the difference between jelly, jam and other things are. And I wasn't smart enough to save a copy of it. Dragon Gamer, hey, it has been a while. But that's no problem, because it's always good to see you. How have you been? How have you been? And thank you, as always. That is fantastic to hear that you've been doing well. Oh, you know, been doing okay. Pottering along. Making do. Did I get hurt on a rock?
I was right behind you, Jak! Really? I was.
Okay. I'm just so glad lives aren't a thing in this. We would have game overed so many times tonight. Infinite barrages. Yeah, note to self, don't go behind rocks. Rocks are bad. But is that like a legit glitch? Do you know about this game, Dragon? Do you know about things in this game like glitch and whatnot, or are you just saying what you see? Oh, you just assumed it was a glitch. Fair enough. It's the old catchphrase rules. Say what you see. Slut friend.
Go back to the trans pad and I'll bring her home.
But God, I'm having enough trouble playing this game normally. I'm not sure how I'd manage if I ever tried any speedrun strats. Oh, second son. Gonna be honest, I'm more of a fan of Cole McGrath. Our boy Cole McGrath, as far as Infamous goes. He's the one. Supervillain Blimp's gone. The Led Zeppelin. He's not my real one. Like this time, Cole McGrath becomes a vampire. How big is this place? Oh, have fun with that dragon.
Look out, Jack! It's an ambush!
Oh no, as if we don't have a bunch of fire things to... It's also homing attacks. Oh, to each their own, Nero. To each their own. Twist and shout. I'm sure there's a song for that, and I just can't right now. Body do the twist. No, Nero, Nero, Nero. That is terrible suggestion. Those things can blind if what I was told is true. Like, is that true? Is it true that laser pointers in the eye can blind? Is that a real thing, or is that just a thing your parents tell you? So you don't go shining laser pointers? Trove Master, and by God, yes, it is hot in the UK. As far as UK weather goes, it is bloody hot. But apparently we don't have it as bad as some parts of France who are hitting 40 degrees right now. Apparently 40 degrees is apparently a... It's apparently a temperature that the human body can survive in. But welcome to my little Twitch channel. Act. It worked. Welcome. You have just made a pact. Oh, bloody Manchester. Hang on. Isn't 36 degrees going to be like the hottest temperature on record or something? There's got to be record-breaking temps for Manchester at least. Like, I'm a little more east, I'm Midlands. And I have no idea how hot it is right now. Apart from being too hot. Okay, I don't know if you're being sarcastic, but I for one love a good thunderstorm. I for one enjoy a good thunderstorm. We're out. Death warped. Let's do the death warp again. See you, dragon. You do. wonderful. Wonderful news, because wonderstorms, they're just sort of relaxing when you're not caught in one. Do I? Oh. I didn't realise we'd done it.
There we go. Now be careful facing that monster lurker at the top.
Wait! I'll stay here and protect Kira. Jak, I think you're ready to handle that monster without me.
Oh, really heroic of you.
Does the UK even get tornadoes? I didn't even realise we properly had tornadoes. And to be fair, I didn't even know we had earthquakes till a couple years ago. See, what's a tornado and earthquake? You see, a tornado earthquake is when the earth spins round 360 degrees. Sorry. I imagine, Trove Master, you're probably used to people playing this a bit better. And I swear I thought I was better than this. I thought I was good at this. Apparently I'm not. Sorry, I didn't think I was good. I thought I was okay. I thought I was decent. Apparently not. Acceptable might be a term. Damn. Well, it sucks to be next door. But at least you've still got a roof. I'm not gonna jinx it. We're not gonna jinx it. Nope. Jinxed it. Oh, you're a meteor. Damn, so this is like right up your alley then, okay. Everyone's got such impressive jobs. Everyone does such amazing things. As I burn to death in Lodge. Wait, is it really a huge money maker? Are you actually making cash off of this, off of it? See, because I don't know what the actual wage of a meteorologist is. As you can imagine, I've never met a meteorologist before. So you could tell me anything about meteorology, and I'd believe it. And we're also probably going to end it after this boss. And what is it? Oh, damn, it's 11:30. I didn't even realise it was 11 yet, or properly 11 yet. Don't press the square button, because the square button is the death button. The square button will propel Jak right off the safety of these flimsy stone platforms and right in immediate death in the lava. Fucker. Beast from the East was amazing because it began polar storms, and the polar storms went violent and snow started. Oh, center of the storm. Damn. And I forgot Beast from the East was actually a thing. Okay, game face on Azura. Game... Fuck! No, that's my game face. My game face is just immediate failure. Come on, terrible Midlands weather. Give me something cool. Okay, Nero, noot to you too. Thanks for stopping. Well, I'd say stopping by, but you've done more than stop by, Nero. You've been here for the past, I don't know, 3.5 hours. So good night to you, good sir. Right, if anyone actually has any hints for this, because backseat gaming is allowed. I never shy away from backseat gaming. Plenty of people are going to know this better than I do. I say other than my platforming skills are now rusty with age. I will get to that message in a second, once I've probably died. Why did I need to collect those? I didn't need to collect the yellow eco anymore. Tropical heat warning. Huge heat is expected on Thursday with temperatures exceeding 36-37 degrees in Manchester, 38 in London. There's also tropical thunderstorming. So, quick question for you. What are we expecting? What temperatures are expected in the Midlands? What's the middle of the country supposed to expect on Thursday? Indiana Jones never saw aliens. Never any crystal alien schools. What fever dream Shia LaBeouf had. I'm supposed to grab the thing, aren't I? Of course. It's all. So, oh god, 34 to 36 is that. A little bit cooler, but still far too hot for any sensible British person to deal with. Oh my god, could this be it? Yeah, I don't know what a violent supercell thunderstorm is, but it sounds amazing. Whatever a violent thundercell superstorm is, bring it on.
Great work! The people of Rock Village are breathing a collective sigh of relief. But there's no time to celebrate. Use your zoomer to navigate the mountain pass up ahead. Be careful. It looks like the lurkers have rigged the whole pass with explosives. When you reach the volcanic crater, be sure to visit the Red Sage's lab and activate the teleport gate so that Father and I can join you.
Oh, how cute they are, apart from the little sumo dive.
Those lurkers must be headed for a detonator at the end of the canyon. If they reach it before you do, they'll blow up the entire pass. You've got to beat them there and destroy the detonator, or it's all over.
Not hit explosives on the way. Whatever shall we do about these fellows? Certainly not take a whole bunch of shortcuts with speed boosts, that's for certain. Oh god. Hit a tree there, we weren't supposed to hit a tree. Keep driving. Nothing will go wrong if you don't stop. Then again, everything could go wrong if you don't stop. And everything could go wrong if you keep driving. The worst thing ever. They had a guy at the back there. They had a guy there that could blow up the pass at any moment. The moment's notice and boom. We're all gone.
Good
Everybody's dead, Dave. They're all dead, Dave. Everybody's dead, Dave.
Go turn on the teleport gate so we can join you.
Red Sage. Oh, he's gonna live right there, isn't he? That's gonna be his house. The big, obvious house. It's the only house in the middle of a volcano. So is this volcano, is this what it's going to feel like the next few days in the UK? We're just going to feel like we're in the centre of a volcano, melting away.
Oh, look, I always wonder if I'm losing body parts in those things.
You're going to turn into a fly.
The Red Sage's lab looks worse than the Blues.
Well, it definitely
Must have had a
looks as though
massive
there's been a
party.
struggle here.
There he is, there's a heart attack victim.
I hardly call it struggle. Would you, dear sister?
Certainly not. The
Oh,
Red
sister, I
Sage
thought that
gave
was
up
your
so
hot
little
young assistant.
effort. No fun
Oh,
at
that's
all.
unfortunate.
Gall? Is that
Does
you?
mean she's single,
You've
though.
finally gone off the deep end, eh? And Maya, I told you the Dark Eco would affect you both. Nobody ever listens to old Samos. What have you two done with the Blue and Red Sages?
It's the shoes.
Don't
They look
worry about
ridiculous.
your friends. You old fool. They're perfectly safe in our citadel. Our special guests.
They have graciously agreed to help us on a little project.
You were wrong, Samos. Dark Eco can be controlled. We've learned its secrets, and now we can reshape the world to our liking.
You can't control Dark Eco by itself. Even the precursors.
Until now, we've had to scrape by with what little Dark Eco we could find near the surface. But soon, we will have access to the vast stores of Dark Eco hidden deep underground.
Not the silos.
Yes, the silos. They will be opened, and all the Dark Eco of the world will be ours.
But that's impossible. Only
His hands are really
Don't get so
hairy.
upset, Samos. We've got big plans for you.
Admit it though, Daxter, she was hot.
That was Gall? The same Gall who's supposed to change me back? Gall is the guy trying to kill us?
Yep.
I'm doomed.
We may all be doomed. If they open the silos, the Dark Eco will twist and destroy everything it touches. We simply must get to their citadel to stop them.
The fastest way there is through the lava tube at the bottom of this crater. A few more power cells and your Zoomer's heat shield should get you across the lava safely.
All right, my boy. You know what to do. Take the flea bag and go round up more power cells.
Right, though. So the updrafts forecasted are around 360 to 400 miles per hour. I can't even imagine winds that strong. Oh, that's the most disappointing. I want giant golf ball hail and supercell thunderstorms, but alas, if it's not meant to be, I suppose it's not meant to be. But I said that was going to be the end, and that is going to be the end of this for the night. We'll be back. We'll be back with either finish this off or continue this next week, and then later streams this week will be Yakuza. So, thanks everyone for following, stopping by, chatting, and just generally keeping me company this evening. Been fantastic, and I hope to see you all again some other time. But until then, bye for now.